Hey guys, Desert Prepper 1 here. I'm going to talk about onions. Now there's a few different subjects here. What you're looking at here is a pot. I filled it with potting soil. It's one of those short ones that they use for bulbs or whatnot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some onions in there. The roots are pretty shallow on those, so they don't need a real deep pot. Works out pretty good. Basically, this is how you have green onions in about 5 minutes. You go to the store and you buy you some of these. Okay. Now, many of you buy these and, they come in a pack. This is actually 2 packs. But you buy these and they, you might use 1 or 2 of them and then they sit in the bottom of the fridge and they get all funky and slimy and you end up throwing them in the trash, right? What you can do with these to make them last longer is plant them. Just dig a little hole, stick them in there. You're going to have to probably do a little better than that because I don't fall over, but you get the idea here. Okay, you stick them in there. Hold on, I'm going to pause this and I'm going to stick them all in there with both hands so you can see what's going on here. Okay, here they are. Now, you might be saying, that don't work, that ain't going to work at all. It does. I did it last year. I had some that I bought. They're just rotting down in the bottom of the fridge. They were actually probably 1 step to the trash can, and I took them out and said, well, let's see if this works. And I stuck them in the dirt, and they stayed for months and months until we used them all. So this way, say you only use 1, or you only need a couple leaves, you can just snip off what you need. Okay, and then they'll grow back. They'll keep growing and growing. So as long as you leave them in there and you water them, they're going to keep growing. The onion bulbs themselves do get bigger, which you can use those in cooking or toss them or do whatever you're going to do with them. But it's an instant way to have these onions. They do take a while to grow from seed. So I said, here you do this, you can start eating them tomorrow. And these cost 5 of those bunches were $1 at the store. So I did get 5. I'm going to stick some more in another pot. So we'll have these because, we cook something, we only use, say that bunch has 6 or 8 onions in there, we might use 2. And then the rest just sit in the bottom of the crisper tray and then they go to waste. So this is what I did. This is what you guys can try. You can do this with just 1 bunch in a small pot and put it on your patio, even if you have an apartment or your windowsill or something, and you can have a source of these onions all the time. Now, some other onions we got here. These are onion sets. These are red onions, and basically all they are, they're little plants. They pull them out of the ground when they get that big. They bundle them up and they sell them to you. You just do that. You just put them in the ground. I think this is. Let's see if I can get the tag over here. It doesn't say, but I think there's 50 of these little plants in here. These guys, you just stick them in the ground, fertilize them, water them, and wait. Within probably 2-3 months, you've got big onions. I've got 2 packs of those. Put them in this water because they were kind of drying out. So, but they'll all come back. Some of those might look kind of crappy, but they'll come back. Then there's also these you can buy. I've had mixed luck with these. A lot of them are dried out, or they get dried out because they ship them to the store and then they don't put them out on time. They should be putting these out, and November, December when they get them in the store, and they don't. They leave them out, and then by the time they get them out on the shelf, they're all dried up. So you get about a 50% effectiveness out of these. But I'm going to stick them in the ground anyway, whether they're dried up or not, because they do come back. And so you got 100 there, 100 there. I've got three bags like that. I've got those two. And I also grow them from seed, so I've got all sorts of onions. They do grow out here. There's just square miles of onion farms out here. Probably any California onion that you see, it comes from right out here. So I know they grow. So that's why I grow them. And, I use onions all the time. I'm always making salsa. I'm always making other things with onions. I put them in everything. So I definitely get my money's worth out of growing the onions myself. So here you go. Quick little hints. And what I'm doing when I get some of the onions in the ground, I'll show you. Talk to you later. Okay, I don't know if this is hard to see or not. Let's see. I see everything but the onions. Well, what you got here is a little patch with these the onion sets that I showed you in the bag. I've stuck these in the ground about 2 weeks ago. It's a small section. And this is part of what used to be my front lawn. The lawn is dead. I'm not growing it anymore. I'm not watering it. So I tore out a little patch of what was left and stuck these guys in there. I put this cage over it because there's this chicken that comes in the front yard from somewhere. I don't even know where he lives, but he scratches through everything. I mean, it's part of what killed the grass is that the chicken's coming over and scratching in the grass, tearing it all up. So I just gave up on it. But here's some of those onions. They seem to be coming up all right. And I think most of these are red. But, basically I just dug it up, put a little fertilizer, stuck them in there and water it. They're growing, so I'll just keep you posted on that too. Thanks.